Have you ever tried to take control of your money but got lost in a mess of spreadsheets, apps, formulas, categories, and rules? Have you started a budget and just a week later forgot where you even wrote your expenses down? I get it. This happens to a lot of people, especially those just starting out in adulthood and looking for a simple way to make their money last longer. But what if I told you that managing your money could be as easy as writing down just 3 words on a piece of paper? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. For 30 days, I lived through a real experiment using a minimalist budget. No spreadsheets, no apps, no formulas. Just 3 categories, 1 weekly limit, and 1 goal. To build financial awareness and discipline without overcomplicating things. And at the end, I'll show you the real results and everything I learned along the way. Stick around to the end, and I'll even give you a ready-to-use model you can start with tomorrow. No stress. I used to be the kind of person who thought I needed to master Excel to get my finances in order. I tried apps, notebooks, super detailed spreadsheets, and I never made it past the first week. The truth is, everything felt more complicated than it needed to be. I didn't want to become a budgeting expert. I just wanted to know where my money was going and how to avoid those survival mode weeks before the next paycheck or scholarship hit. That's when it hit me. Maybe the problem wasn't the budget itself, but the overload. Too many rules. Too many numbers. What if the solution was the exact opposite? That's how the idea for this 30-day minimalist budget challenge was born. A practical experiment with simple rules, made for anyone who wants to start, but feels stuck with traditional methods. So I created a budget model so simple that literally anyone could use it. No special tools required. The idea was to split all my spending into just 3 categories: essentials, wants, and savings. Essentials include everything truly necessary: rent, transportation, basic food, fixed bills. Wants are the things that bring joy, but I can live without: takeout, cinema, random outings, or those impulse buys that just show up in ads. And savings is the money I set aside, no matter how little, for my future self. Whether it's for an emergency, a goal, or just peace of mind. Instead of tracking every single penny every day, I set a weekly limit for everything. For example, if I had $80 for the week, that was my cap for anything beyond fixed costs. At the end of each day, I just wrote down 1 sentence where the money went and on what. No overcategorizing, no analysis paralysis. Just the raw truth of what I was doing with my money. In the first few days of the challenge, I'll admit, it felt way too easy to actually work. But I quickly realized that this simplicity forced me to make more conscious choices. In the first week, I nearly blew my limit right away. 2 birthday parties, a random craving for takeout, and a tempting online ad. But since I knew I had a fixed limit until Sunday, I started thinking twice. Is it worth spending on this now? Or is it better to save it for something that'll actually make me happy later this week? Just having that thought, even though it sounds simple, was a huge leap. I'd never stopped to reflect before spending. And the best part? I didn't feel restricted. I felt in control. And that, to me, was freeing. By the second week, things got easier. I was already more aware of my triggers. Those bored moments that had me opening food delivery apps, or those just this once purchases that wrecked the week's budget. I started anticipating those moments. If I knew Friday would be more expensive, I'd cut back on Tuesday and Wednesday. And when I wanted to buy something, I'd wait 24 hours before deciding. Most of the time, the urge passed. And when it didn't, at least I knew that thing really mattered to me. That simple time rule was one of the most valuable lessons of the month. No app required, just a bit more self-awareness. In week 3, I slipped up. I was stressed and exhausted, and I ended up binge buying food and stuff I didn't need. I blew the week's budget and felt guilty. But instead of giving up, I tried something new. I paused, reviewed my spending, figured out where I went off track, and planned better for the next week. What would have made me quit in the past turned into a turning point. The beauty of this minimalist budget is that it's light enough to let you mess up and still bounce back. It doesn't trap you. It doesn't punish you. It reveals things to you. It's like a daily financial mirror. By week 4, I was sharp. I could almost automatically tell the difference between a true need and a pure impulse. I started finding joy in intentional spending instead of unconscious habits. After 30 days, the difference was wild. Not only did I spend less, I felt like I'd regained control I didn't even know I'd lost. Before, my money would vanish, and I had no clue why. Now I could point to exactly where it went. No spreadsheet, no complicated math. Just a simple limit and a daily note brought me clarity. My spending on wants dropped by half. I managed to save part of what would have been lost to impulsive decisions. And even more importantly, I developed a new habit. Something simple and sustainable that I can carry forward for life and adapt as my income or routine changes. The most surprising part: this system works for almost any lifestyle. If you're a student living on a tight budget, it helps prevent you from going overboard. If you've just started working and want to get organized, it's perfect for building discipline. If you want more freedom without giving up the things you enjoy, it gives you control without locking you down. And maybe the best part is realizing you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow a strict plan. You just need to start, try, fail, adjust, and move forward with a little more awareness each day. If you're thinking of trying this challenge, here are a few quick tips that worked great for me. First, ditch the credit card for the first couple of weeks. It kills your sense of limits and puts you on autopilot. Use debit or even cash if you can. Second, write things down at the end of the day, just in your phone's notes. No need to track in real time. It'll just feel like a chore. Third, every Monday, review your total from the week before. It gives you clarity without overwhelm. Fourth, if you want to buy something that's outside the plan, wait 24 hours. If the desire sticks, maybe it's worth it, but 80% of the time, it disappears. And lastly, be honest with yourself. This challenge isn't about numbers, it's about decisions. Now, I want to challenge you. Why not try this challenge with me? Create your own minimalist budget for 30 days. Use the 3 categories: essentials, wants, and savings. Set a weekly limit. Write down what you spend. That's it. At the end of the month, come back here and tell me what changed. Use the hashtag #JockMinimalistChallenge in the comments and let me know what your biggest struggle with money is today. Who knows? I might turn your story into a future video. And if this video helped you in any way, share it with that one friend who's always broke but swears they know what they're doing. Oh, and check the description for a free ebook you can download, packed with other powerful personal finance tips. You don't need to be a finance expert to change your life. You just need to take the first step, and sometimes that step is as simple as writing down your spending at the end of the day. Thanks for watching, and remember, financial control isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. Let's do this together. And thank you for watching. More videos coming soon, and see you next time, my friends.